Still here.
When you text and drive, you are 23 times more likely to get into an accident, putting yourself and others at risk for injury and even death. More than 1.3 million accidents occurred in 2011, which were due to cell phone usage. It is important to be aware of the risks that involve texting and driving because more than 82% of all people own cell phones. I chose this topic because I have personal experience with texting and driving accidents, as well as the amount of people who are unaware of the dangers it actually occurs and is debilitating to our society. I hope with this speech you learn why texting and driving is dangerous, who is doing it, and what can be done to stop it from happening. Let me first begin by why texting and driving is dangerous. First, it distracts you from focusing on driving. The minimum amount of time that is taken away from looking at the road while driving when someone checks their phone is 5 seconds. If you're going 55 miles an hour and you look at your phone for just 5 seconds, you drive the length of a football field in that amount of time. Most people don't realize how far they're going when they're not looking at the road. Second, there is an eye-opening fact that 23% of all collisions have involved cell phone usage. That's 1.3 million in 2011 alone. You're also 23 times more likely to get into an accident when you're texting and driving, and 18% of fatal accidents were due to distracted driving, causing the death of 3,328 people. We have talked about how texting and driving is dangerous, and right here we can talk about more facts and then just showing again how 23% is equal to 1.3 million crashes. Now that we've talked about how it's dangerous, let's now consider who is doing it. First, there are teens. Teens make up 82% of the Americans who have cell phones, with in the age group of 16 to 17. 34% of them have admitted to texting while driving, and 11% of teens involved in accidents that actually survived them admitted it was due to distracted driving. But teens are not the only ones who are doing it. There are also adults. Adults have said that 15% of teens of children have seen their parents text and drive, and 27% have said they've sent or received a text while driving. Since there's not one specific age group, let's consider more statistics about all drivers. 48% of kids have said that they've been in a car with someone who is texting and driving. Not to mention, 1 out of 5 people have actually admitted to surfing the internet while driving. Here we just show that when you're texting and driving, there's the people who have never done it, but also occasionally and frequently. At this point, I hope you have realized the dangers associated with distracted driving and that it is a problem for everyone. So now what can be done about it? Laws have been passed in 39 states, plus Washington, D.C., to prohibit all drivers from texting and driving. Therefore, making it illegal to do so, which is a great first step to stop this from happening, and not just for texting and driving. In 10 states, it is illegal for all cell phone usage. There is also technology. There are apps on smartphones that block you from texting while in the car. There are social media hashtags that tend to help people become aware of the dangers and the consequences. Here we have a chart of the states, and the green represents the states that have completely prohibited texting while driving. Blue shows a partial ban, which is usually just teenagers aren't allowed to text and drive, and then the few red states left are the ones that don't have any bans at all, actually. And here is an example of an app that prevents you from being on your phone while you're in the car. In conclusion, as a result of cell phone use, cell phones have become more prevalent, so have accidents and the dangers associated with them. It is dangerous for all because it can impact whether you're a texter, you're in the car with someone who is texting and driving, or you are the victim of someone who has been involved in distracted driving. There is not one target population that is only ones texting and driving. All age groups are guilty. Hopefully with proper education on the effects of texting while driving, this can help reduce and even eliminate the temptations to text while driving.